Afternoon, all. Thanks for joining our first webinar of the Beyond the Trench series. This series was created to give operators in the natural gas industry a look into what other industry professionals are doing to help manage their regulatory compliance programs. Please note any questions or comments, if you could just drop them in the chat, we're going to send out a mass email after the webinar answering all questions. My name is Stephen Burks. I'm one of the business development executives here at ITS. I've been in the compliance space for roughly right around 9 years. I started out working for a large contractor doing OQs out in the field, and then over time transitioned into working with operators to help mature their programs. With me today on the call, I have two other members of the ITS team. I have Chandler Bohannon, who's been with ITS going on his second year, and then Stephanie Caldwell on the call also. She's been with ITS going on her 6th year, and chances are, if you've been to a trade show or any kind of industry event over the last several years, you probably have seen their faces. Quickly, I want to touch on today's agenda. First, we're going to discuss why have an LMS solution, and then we're going to dive into the meat and potatoes of today's conversation centered around training, managing those trainings, and then, of course, tracking and reporting of those training and qualifications. But before we begin, who is ITS? ITS was started 35 years ago. We provided a LMS solution that helps streamline operator compliance needs. So why do you need a learning management solution? Well, it's a federal law that operators and contractors must have a program in place to minimize human error and safeguard lives and property. At ITS, we have an LMS system that streamlines the compliance process, simplifying training and testing and reporting capabilities. Chances are, if you're not using an LMS today, you're probably dealing with a bunch of challenges. Most customers come to us because they have no centralized hub for all their training content, including customized training content. They also have disconnected systems, making it hard to manage and track that content. And then, most importantly, there's no way to compile that data, so they can't understand who's compliant and who's not compliant. A good example of this was when I was in Pennsylvania working for a large operator. We had to manually go out and do training and evaluations out in the field. And then it was my responsibility at the end of the day to send those training and qualifications back to the corporate office, where they then uploaded them in SharePoint and also stored them in a filing cabinet. This process not only led to a loss of time, but left the organization subjected to potential fines because there are a lot of documents being left and slipped through the cracks. This led to me researching a better solution because I knew there had to have been a better way to train, manage, track, and report compliance. Stephanie is going to take it here and take a look at how our LMS solution supports training.
Thank you, Stephen, for that great introduction. Without an LMS, training can vary a lot depending on the instructor, location, or even the materials being used. This can result in inconsistency across your workforce, creating confusion and risk when workers perform tasks differently or misunderstand critical steps. An LMS can help you centralize all of the training materials and ensure that every employee receives the same training content. By having the training material in an LMS, it can be easily updated to reflect the latest regulations, industry standards, or company procedures. We make it easy for the students to access their training in the LMS by clicking on My Assignments in the Learn section, as you can see here. The LMS can provide a library of content that has already been created, or there is the ability to create custom content. The student experience for training includes online computer-based training will fully prepare your users for a specific task or skill set, checking their knowledge using checkpoints throughout the training. This training will ensure that the user is ready for the written exam. Online exams are an important part of the training process to ensure that the material learned is retained and understood. The written exam consists of multiple choice questions that are designed to test a wide range of things covered in the training. A proctor verification screen requires a trained proctor to sign in for the student to access the test. Performance evaluations are conducted by a trained evaluator on a mobile device known as our Connect app, providing digital evaluations in real time. This eliminates the use of paper evaluations and captures the signature of the student and the evaluator. The mobile app integrates with the LMS, providing you tracking in one platform, as well as a PDF of this evaluation is available in reports. Having this training in one location will help you effectively manage your users. Without an LMS, it can be difficult to manage all the day-to-day training activities, ensuring compliance, tracking progress, and keeping everyone updated can be very overwhelming. Sometimes it's easy for important tasks to slip through the cracks. In this industry, employee training is critical to safety, performance, and compliance. Let me share with you how the LMS can provide the tools needed to simplify and streamline your workload. The Manage section can help you with so many of those things. User management in the LMS will allow you to create users, organize, and manage user profiles. You will be able to filter many different options from the user page, managing not only active users in your company, but also inactive users. You can place users in departments, work locations, or cost centers to help organize them for additional visibility. Contractor management will allow you to oversee your contractor users, aside from your internal users. This includes tracking their training, assigning specific training content, and monitoring completion. It is important for an operator to have visibility into their contractors' records. Having the ability to create assignments is a key function in training management. Admins can create assignments manually or can have the LMS to automatically make those assignments. This platform allows for assignments to be automatically assigned based on a job role. You will have the ability to create the roles and manage the tasks that are in those roles. That leads to notifications or automatic reminders that will help ensure that those users stay on top of their training needs. The LMS will send out an email to a user when they have an assignment to complete or when their qualifications are about to expire. These notifications are customizable by you as the admin, along with the frequency of the notification and what type of notification. These are only a few of the many things that you have the ability to manage and track and report to ensure that your workforce is safe. Without an LMS, pulling together training reports for an inspection is overwhelming and time-consuming. It may require you to go through files and spreadsheets, trying to put together everything in a short amount of time. The risk of human error and missed deadlines could lead to non-compliance or penalties. With an LMS, all that data is ready to go, and you can generate audit-ready reports in just a few clicks. Now let's take a look at how the report section in the OnBoard LMS can help you. Having the ability to generate detailed and customized reports is essential for tracking employee qualifications and training completion. We offer both standardized reports and the ability to create custom reports. Filtering is going to allow you to narrow down and focus on the information you are needing to pull in a report. This allows you to focus on the exact data you need, and particularly helpful if you have a large workforce. There is the ability to export these reports and allow you to send data in different formats, such as Excel or PDF, and allow you to print or email. There are many reports that will help you manage your OQs. A qualified report will show users that are fully qualified and have completed all required training. A detailed report will provide an in-depth look at the user's latest attempt of a task. It will show all of the components for each task and whether a user passed or failed. You can see when the component was taken and when it will expire. The Proctor Evaluator name will be listed, as well as the PDF icon to access the results from the skill evaluation completed in the Connect app. A qualified task for a user will show a green yes, and a non-qualified task will show a red no. The expiring report tracks users whose trainings or qualifications are nearing expiration or have already expired. This will help you make sure that employees stay up to date on qualifications and prevent disruptions on the job site. The task profile report will show you if the user has completed the required task or training assignments within a specific role. As I mentioned, roles help you make those automatic assignments to your users. This report will help you see if employees are meeting their job requirements and if any additional trainings or action is needed. And we have the transcript archive report. This is what we call the history report. It provides a detailed historical record of all trainings, written exams, or performance evaluations a user has completed within the system. This report can be critical for auditing purposes and will provide you a complete list of an employee's records over time. Leveraging the features in an LMS can help you and your company streamline compliance management, enhance training oversight, and ensure your employees are always up to date with their required qualifications. Identifying the gaps can help you prioritize where additional training is needed to ensure that no employee is left behind in their development.
Thank you, Stephanie, for your overview of OnBoard. I'm going to jump back to something that Stephen earlier had alluded to and talking more about ITS as a company and talking about our 35-year part in this industry and just playing a small part in the OQs and the training, the tracking, and the reporting of those qualifications. Understand that OnBoard is just the beginning of many supporting services that ITS has brought forward with this industry. And better understand, where do these products come from? So as we have serviced this industry for these 30 plus years, we have partnered with operators and contractors alike nationwide in all 50 states and really understood their pain points. Going back to what Stephen had earlier mentioned about, the filing cabinet techniques, the manual reporting, and not just the upkeep that it is to go out in the field and keep up with those objects, but also to have it on hand in the field to be able to prove those qualifications. And that's really where OnBoard comes in. Stephanie had talked to the fact of Connect as a mobile application. So again, understanding that OnBoard is just the start of these products that we have developed alongside our partners. Our partners have brought this to us at ITS as they recognize the value that we bring by aligning with their best training practices in an effective and streamlined manner. Furthermore, at ITS, outside of just OnBoard as a learning management platform and solution, we offer a single source solution backed by real people. When you call ITS, you will have a real representative on the other side. And these people that we have hired and brought onto our team understand your company's goals and aspirations for incident-free events. We are committed to ensure that your team gets home safely to their loved ones. So thank you. I think this is the first step in ensuring that you are on the right path forward into 2025 and ensuring your qualifications and your training metrics and joining us with Beyond the Trench. So if you would like to learn more about the ITS LMS or any additional products that we did not get to talk about today, reach out to us directly through the email or the phone number attached on this screen. And then back to Stephen's point when we first started, any of the comments or questions or just general inquiries that you may have that you have dropped in the chat, if you have not done so already, please do so. We're going to not take up the full 30 minutes for today's meeting. We're going to give some time back with you today, but we will follow up shortly with those inquiries that you share with us. Additionally, Regulation Navigation webinar is going to be live December 11th, where our ITS team will discuss the latest industry developments and provide insight into what to expect as we do move ahead into 2025. But as for Beyond the Trench, we will be back soon, whether it's end of year or early Q1 of next year. And our goal is to share how the ITS team can help enhance your OQ platform and your experience. After all, I think the underlining question of all of this and the supporting idea behind the Trench is what good is being qualified if you can't prove it? So with that, and until next time, thank you. We will see you soon.